Imagine a fisherman near a Philippine naval base, checking his nets before sunrise. He hears jets passing overhead, louder than usual this month. Somewhere across the water, a foreign warship changes course. This is not a movie scene. This is happening in real Philippine provinces, right now. Tensions across the Pacific have been rising for years. Joint military exercises between allied nations have grown larger and more frequent recently. Coast Guard patrols near disputed waters have also increased in recent seasons. Defense analysts say the Philippines sits right at the center of this shifting map. Today, we count down 10 Philippine provinces most exposed if a Pacific conflict breaks out. Each one holds a base, a port, or an airfield with real strategic weight. Number 1 is saved for last. When you hear which province it is, you may not believe how it connects. It ties directly to every single other province on this list. This information comes from public defense reporting and regional security analysis. Everything here was checked carefully before this video was made. Stay with us for the full list. It matters for every Filipino family living near these coasts. Number 10. Misamis Oriental. This province in northern Mindanao hosts Lumbia Air Base near Cagayan de Oro City. Lumbia is one of several sites where American forces now have expanded access under EDCA. EDCA is an agreement that lets U.S. forces use certain Philippine military bases. Defense analysts describe Mindanao as a rear logistics zone. It handles supply and troop movement rather than frontline defense. Rear zones handle fuel, cargo, and reinforcements moving toward the north. Still, analysts note that any rear base can become a target. Wider conflicts can pull even distant provinces into the fighting. Supply hubs are often struck early, they explain, to slow an opponent's movement. In recent years, the base has supported joint humanitarian and military exercises with allied forces. These exercises focused on disaster response, search and rescue, and cargo handling drills. Local officials have welcomed the added investment and jobs that come with base upgrades. Imagine a tricycle driver named Ramon waiting outside the base gate for extra fares. He says more soldiers means more customers, but also more questions from his neighbors. Some neighbors ask him what all the new construction really means for their safety. That possibility, however small, is why Misamis Oriental opens our list tonight, and the next 9 provinces only get more serious from here. Number 9. Nueva Ecija. This central Luzon province is home to Fort Magsaysay, the Philippine Army's largest training reservation. Fort Magsaysay has hosted large-scale joint exercises with the United States military for many years. Analysts call it one of the country's key logistics and training hubs. Because of this, it was named an EDCA site, opening it to expanded American access. In recent exercises, thousands of Filipino and allied troops train together across its wide terrain. These drills have practiced everything from jungle warfare to helicopter resupply missions. Priority targets in any wider conflict, analysts warn, often include hubs exactly like this one. Large training grounds often store equipment and fuel. Any opposing force would want to disable that supply. They stress this remains a risk assessment, not a prediction of any actual attack. Imagine a farmer named Elena, whose rice fields border the reservation fence. She says the roar of helicopters has become part of daily life there. Her children have grown used to counting the aircraft as they pass overhead. Local vendors near the camp have also seen new business from visiting soldiers. Fort Magsaysay can move troops and supplies quickly across Luzon. That mobility is exactly why analysts see it as strategically important. It's also why Nueva Ecija ranks at number 9 on our countdown. Number 8. Pampanga. This province holds Basa Air Base, one of the Philippine Air Force's most active airfields. Basa has also been designated an EDCA site, allowing greater use by allied forces. Pampanga sits close to Manila, which makes its airspace especially valuable. Controlling the airspace above the capital region is seen as a top defense priority. In past years, Basa has hosted joint air exercises involving fighter jets from allied nations. These exercises practiced air patrols, radar coordination, and rapid runway repair techniques. Analysts say airfields like this one are considered high-value assets in any regional conflict scenario. Runways and hangars are difficult to replace quickly once damaged, they explain. They caution that no attack has occurred, And this remains strictly a risk analysis. Imagine a shipyard worker named Bobby, who also does contract repairs near the airfield. He says he has noticed more foreign aircraft landing than in past years. His own work orders have increased alongside the base's growing activity. Nearby residents have mixed feelings, welcoming the jobs but worrying about safety. Local officials say they balance economic benefits against these growing security concerns. Because Pampanga sits so close to the capital region, its exposure carries wider consequences. A disruption here could affect air defense for all of Luzon, analysts explain. That combination of location and capability places Pampanga at number 8 tonight. Number 7. Zambales. This province is home to Subic Bay, once a huge U.S. naval base in Asia. Subic Bay still has deep-water port facilities, useful for large ships and submarines today. Part of Subic has also been named an EDCA site in recent years. Few ports in the region can handle vessels this large without major dredging. That is exactly why defense analysts call Subic strategically important. In recent years, the port has hosted joint naval exercises and allied ship visits. These visits have included resupply stops, repair work, and combined naval drills. Analysts warn that ports with this kind of capacity are often early targets. Naval conflict planning often starts with denying an opponent's fleet a working port. Again, this is framed as risk, not certainty, by every analyst who studies the region. Imagine a tourism operator named Grace, who runs boat tours near the old naval station. She says foreign ships passing through have become a regular sight again. Tourists sometimes ask her about the ships, curious about their flags and purpose. Some residents welcome the economic activity Subic Bay continues to bring the province. Others worry that a busier port also means a busier target zone. Because of its size and depth, analysts say Subic could support major fleet operations. That capability is exactly why Zambales holds the number 7 spot on this list. Number 6. Cebu. This central Philippine province hosts Mactan Benito Ebuen Air Base, next to a busy civilian airport. The base has long served as a hub for logistics in the Visayas region. It has also been named an EDCA site, expanding potential allied access there. A base in the middle of the country can reach both north and south quickly. That is why Cebu's central location matters so much to defense planners. In past years, the base has supported disaster response missions and joint military exercises alike. Typhoon relief flights have used the same runways that host military training drills. Losing a central hub would force longer, slower routes for troops and supplies. Analysts say hubs like this one could become important supply links in a wider conflict. They are careful to note this remains theoretical risk assessment, not an expected outcome. Imagine a teacher named Rowena, whose students often watch planes from their schoolyard nearby. She says her pupils ask more questions about the base than they used to. One student recently asked her if the planes were there to protect them. Local businesses have grown around the base, from transport services to small eateries. Because Cebu connects northern and southern parts of the country, its logistics role matters greatly. That central position is why Cebu lands at number 6 on our countdown tonight. We are halfway through this list, and the risk only climbs from here. If this kind of story matters to you, consider subscribing to Discovering the Earth. It helps more than you know. Now, let's move north, toward the waters closest to the center of this whole story. Number 5. Palawan. This long island province faces the West Philippine Sea. That sea is a contested part of the South China Sea. Palawan hosts Antonio Bautista Air Base, along with naval facilities near Oyster Bay. Palawan has seen growing defense investment, given its closeness to disputed maritime features nearby. Its coastline offers the closest vantage point onto some of the region's most contested waters. That is why defense analysts describe Palawan as a frontline province. In recent years, joint patrols and exercises with allied navies have increased around these waters. These patrols have focused on maritime awareness, communication drills, and Coast Guard cooperation. Analysts warn that maritime standoffs near Palawan could escalate faster than elsewhere. Close encounters at sea can turn tense within minutes, they caution. They stress that no current situation guarantees conflict, only that risk here runs higher. Imagine a fisherman named Danilo. He says foreign Coast Guard ships now trail his small boat often. He says fishing grounds his family used for decades feel more crowded and tense. His sons have started asking whether it is still safe to fish those waters. Local officials have asked for stronger protection for fishing communities working these waters. Because Palawan sits closest to the disputed reefs, analysts call it a key pressure point. That pressure is why Palawan climbs to number 5 on tonight's list. Number 4. Ilocos Norte. This northern Luzon province hosts Camilo Osias Naval Base, an EDCA site along the coast. The base sits along waters connecting the South China Sea and the wider Pacific region. Northern Luzon bases have grown more important in recent regional planning. This shift reflects growing attention on sea lanes north of the main island. In past years, this base has supported joint naval drills with allied forces. Several countries have taken part, practicing coastal patrol and search and rescue. Analysts describe Ilocos Norte as part of a northern defense corridor, watching sea lanes closely. A corridor like this links several bases into one coordinated defense network. They caution that increased activity does not mean conflict is coming. It only means readiness has increased. Imagine a farmer named Thomas. He has watched more military trucks pass his rice fields lately. He says local elders remember when the coastline felt far quieter than it does now. His father once told him the base was mostly quiet fields, not this busy. Coastal residents have noticed more naval visits during recent months near their fishing villages. Because this base watches key sea lanes north of Luzon, its role keeps growing. Analysts say provinces along this northern corridor face rising strategic attention each year. That growing attention places Ilocos Norte at number 4 on our countdown. Number 3. Isabela. This province in the Cagayan Valley hosts Camp Melchor de la Cruz, another key EDCA site. Isabela sits inland but close to the northern coast facing the Luzon Strait. An inland base is often harder to reach quickly, giving it added protection. That is one reason analysts say inland bases here matter strategically. In recent years, this camp has hosted joint construction projects and military exercises. Allied forces helped build runways, barracks, and storage facilities for future operations. A base this size does not grow without a clear strategic reason behind it. Analysts note that expanding this base signals growing attention to the northern Philippines overall. They add that Isabela's importance comes from its position, not from any expected attack there. Imagine a tricycle driver named Ka Jun. He ferries workers between the town and the base daily. He says construction crews have kept his fares steady for many months now. He has learned the shift schedules of the workers better than his own family's routine. Local vendors have also seen new demand from workers building up the camp's facilities. Because Isabela connects central Luzon to the northern coast, its logistics value keeps rising. Analysts describe this corridor as essential if forces ever needed to move north quickly. That connecting role is why Isabela ranks 3rd on tonight's countdown list. Only 2 provinces remain. They sit closer to danger than any other on this list. Number 2. Batanes. This is the Philippines' northernmost province, closer to Taiwan than to Manila itself. Batanes has no large formal base yet, but it holds enormous strategic value regardless. This narrow strait connects the South China Sea to the wider Pacific Ocean directly. Whoever controls this strait can watch nearly all ship traffic passing between the two seas. That is exactly why analysts describe Batanes as a natural watch post. In recent years, officials have discussed strengthening coastwatch stations and radar coverage. These upgrades would give the province better early warning of unusual ship movement. Batanes would likely see the earliest signs of any regional trouble unfolding nearby. Analysts warn that any Taiwan Strait crisis could quickly draw attention to these nearby islands. They are careful to stress this remains a possibility, never a stated certainty. Imagine a farmer named Ading, tending his garlic fields on a windswept hillside there. He says fishermen have already reported unusual ship movements north of the islands. He worries less about war and more about losing his fishing grounds to bigger vessels. Local leaders have asked the national government for stronger disaster and defense support alike. Because of its location, Batanes could face pressure before almost anywhere else in the country. That closeness to Taiwan is exactly why Batanes ranks 2nd on our list tonight. But one province still outranks it, and it ties this entire list together. Number 1. Cagayan. This province holds more strategic weight than any other on tonight's list. Cagayan hosts 2 EDCA sites, Lal-lo Airport and Camilo Naval Base, both facing north. Together, they sit closer to Taiwan than almost any other formal Philippine military facility. Its runways and port facilities could support rapid resupply if tensions ever escalated. That is exactly why analysts describe Cagayan as the most exposed logistics point of all. In recent years, this province has seen growing base construction and expanded joint military exercises. These exercises have practiced rapid deployment, coastal defense, and combined air and naval coordination. A staging point is where forces and supplies gather before moving toward a crisis. Analysts say Cagayan could become exactly that if a wider Pacific conflict occurred. They stress again that this remains risk analysis, not a forecast of what will happen. Imagine a teacher named Marites, whose classroom overlooks the airstrip being expanded nearby. She says her students now ask why so many foreign planes land there. She tells them the base brings both opportunity and uncertainty to their small town. Here is why we saved this province for last. Every single province on this list connects back to Cagayan in some way. Nueva Ecija and Pampanga move supplies north. Isabela links the corridor between them. Batanes watches the strait, while Palawan and Zambales guard the western approach. Cagayan sits at the center of all of it. It is closest to where tension could first ignite. That connected picture is why Cagayan claims the #1 spot tonight. Every province on this list shares one pattern. Each holds a base, a port, or an airfield with real strategic weight. This countdown is not meant to frighten you, but to inform you. Awareness helps families understand the world changing around their own communities. Diplomacy and regional cooperation remain the strongest tools for avoiding conflict altogether. Many analysts still believe peaceful resolution is possible, even as tensions rise. History shows that regional crises can ease through talks and patient diplomacy. The Philippines has weathered typhoons, earthquakes, and crises before, and its people remain resilient. Now think back to the province you least expected on this list. Was it Cagayan at #1, or another province entirely? Tell us in the comments below. We read every single one. Sources for this video are listed in the description below. They include defense reports and regional analysis. If this video helped you understand the Philippines' place in a shifting world, share it. Pass it along to your own family. Subscribe to Discovering the Earth for more stories that connect our history to today's headlines. Thank you for watching, and stay safe wherever you are.